Hey, welcome back, everybody. Aesop Grim here. This is episode 1 of our brand new Subnautica Chronicle. And first things first, I think I want to take you through my settings here. I have moved field of view up to 90, mainly because that's just what I got used to playing at. But after I had read some advice on putting it to 90 and had played with it for a while, I found the reason people were doing it was apparently those who have motion sickness have a hard time with the default of 60, I believe is how it went. So I do not suffer from motion sickness, but I'll keep it at 90 because I'm comfortable with that, but also because I'm trying to be considerate of those of you who do have motion sickness. So we'll be keeping that setting. We are playing at 4K here. With the graphics, I have filmic selected because it makes things darker and more dramatic in my opinion. These are the other options here, off or neutral, and I think filmic is the best one for the tone of this game. When it comes to the advanced settings, I have detail, water quality, and anti-aliasing anti-aliasing all set to high. The anti-aliasing version I'm using is FXAA because it does give me a frame per second or two back. I have bloom, lens dirt, and depth of field enabled. I took motion blur quality off because number one, I tried it with it on and I'm like, I don't really need this. If anything, it kind of messes with my vision a little bit. But for another, I found you get like a significant jump, I believe, in frames per second when you turn it off. When you go, well, I used to have it at high and then I went to just off. And I'm pretty sure I gained a pretty significant jump in FPS there. Ambient occlusion is set to high, and screen space reflections for the FPS gain to graphical fidelity lost ratio. I think this was a good pick. There's really not a lot of difference between medium and high in my opinion. It's there when you compare and contrast, especially you can see it. But medium still feels pretty good, and I believed I gained a couple FPS off of that. And I kept dithering. Okay, all that said, let's hit play, let's start new game, click survival, and we will get started on this terrific game. Remember, I have not been very far past the Aurora, so everything will be a blind playthrough from that point forward. And I'll let you know when we start getting into areas that I'm unfamiliar with. For now, I will shut up and we'll let this cinematic play out.
Attention. Hull failure imminent. All personnel abandon ship. Launch in 3, 2, 1.
Yeah, so we're already torqued at the maintenance guy, who probably every 2 weeks is supposed to be doing PMI, preventive maintenance inspections on things like the secureness of the fire extinguisher and the maintenance panels. He failed us on that one. Here, the thing that I noticed here is if anybody's ever suffered a concussion, notice how fast he was able to gain cognizance. That's tough to do, to come out of a concussion and know how to react that fast. So he's got strong survival instincts.
You have suffered minor head trauma. This is considered an optimal outcome.
Yeah.
PDA has now rebooted in emergency mode with one directive: to keep you alive on an alien world. Please refer to the databank for detailed survival advice. Good luck.
Rock on. Let's grab a med kit. Let's grab all this stuff for now and pop the top because we got smoke buildup in here. So I think this would be the first thing he would do.
The Aurora suffered orbital hull failure. Cause unknown. detected.
Yeah, and 0 land also. So clearly we're in some shallow water here, but we are definitely in the middle of the ocean. Okay, well, let's go down here. We'll kind of do a RP input here that he kind of left that hatch open, you know. But he would get his sit rep next. So, warning, circuitry test failed, secondary systems are offline, radio is offline, distress signal broadcast is failed, flotation device is deployed, which is why we're not sitting at the bottom of the ocean, and the hull integrity is okay, which is why we're suffering from minor head trauma instead of being spaced. Let's see, power cells, we have 3 of them, solar power cells, all 3 are online, so there's a silver lining to every story, it seems. And then he would have basic training and all the systems in this life pod, including the use of the fabricator. If we take a look at our fabricator, she knows that we need an O2 tank and fins. How does she know that? My theory is that there's this device, or maybe this life pod, more than likely the life pod itself, has a local area scan array, so it can scan the immediate area, funnels that here to the fabricator, and then she knows what we're going to need for survival in our local area. And then that scan that she does, I think it goes down to the chemical compound level, the base elements of all the materials that she can see in that local area scan. And that's how she's able to determine that a good source for titanium, for example, the best source in the local area is going to come from metal salvage. So we brought it with us. It's the pieces of the Aurora. But for silicon rubber, we're on an alien planet. How are we going to find the compounds that we need to make silicon rubber? Well, she says that creepvine seed clusters are a suitable substitute for that. So I think that's all built into her local area scan. So we're going to need 3 titanium plus 2 silicon rubber, a third silicon rubber, cave sulfur, and a 4th piece of titanium. All right, well, let's get in the water. There's 1 titanium. Need a couple of those eventually. We're sitting right over long coral tube tunnel. Let's see. There we go. Metal salvage. It's right here. That'll give us the titanium we need. And here's creep vines out this way. It's another limestone.
Copper is an essential component of all powered equipment. Your probability of survival has just increased to unlikely, but plausible. Oxygen. New blueprint acquired.
Okay. Cave sulfur. I still need cave sulfur. And my experience is that can sometimes be a little tricky to find when you first land. It's almost like the game needs to go through most of a day, and then it triggers the spawning of a lot of the cave sulfur, and triggers a lot of it actually.
Oxygen.
Looking for caves. I'm seeing a lot of little islets and stone bridges and stuff that we can fly through, or swim through I should say, but not seeing very much in the way of actual caves. We're into a different biome now, so think I need to be going back to the right. Here we go. Oh, that's what I'm looking for. All right, so cave sulfur is a part of these egg clusters, and the mama fish there, in an attempt to protect her eggs, will suicide bomb you, basically.
Detecting sulfur deposits in the local cave systems. Sulfur is an essential component of the repair tool.
She says repair. Weird. I want to know actually what accent that is. I've never heard anybody say repair in that way. And I've been a few places, so it's not like I'm unfamiliar with foreign accents, or what I would consider foreign. But I mean, I'm kind of wondering if it's English. It's just, but I've been to England. I don't remember hearing anybody say it with the same flourish that she did. Same kind of accent. All right, let's get our titanium. Let's get silicon rubber. Make 2 a piece, but I think I need a number of them to make all the tools that we're going to need. Let's make glass. Let's make a battery.
New blueprint acquired.
All right, let's make an O2 tank. Let's make fins.
New blueprint acquired. The fabricator draws from available data to provide environment-appropriate equipment using locally available materials. For your safety, this setting cannot be overridden. The scanner can be used to synthesize blueprints from salvage technology and to record alien biological data. Weapons were removed from standard survival blueprints following the massacre on Abraxas Prime. The knife remains the only exception.
Well, that may be true about the knife being removed after the events of the massacre on Abraxas Prime, but I don't believe for a second that it's because some altruistic sense of protection for sentient life. I don't believe that at all. I think Altera has other ulterior motives at play, because really training is the best response for that.
Systems online, running full environment diagnostic and outputting results to databank.
Not stripping your life pods of all advanced weaponry, including non-lethal answers.
Radio online. Broadcasting emergency distress signal.
This is Aurora. Distress signal received. Rescue operation will be dispatched to your location in 9 hours. Continue to monitor for emergency transmissions from other life pods.
Right on. All right, status. Okay, secondary systems online. Outgoing radio comm offline. That's because we do not have a transmitter. This is not a transceiver. It has no transmitter component to it. Incoming radio comm is online. Flotation devices deployed, and hull integrity okay. The environment: uncharted ocean planet 4546 Bravo. Oxygen, nitrogen atmosphere, which is why we can breathe outside. And the waterborne bacteria levels are high. Sounds healthy. All right. I used to wonder, like, how did she do a planetary scan from this life pod? And then it occurred to me, she probably didn't. When we got this life pod repaired, it probably reestablished a connection with the Aurora. And the Aurora, in all likelihood, had automatic protocols kick in when she started to crash land that scanned the planet and gathered every ounce of information and telemetry data that it could, in order to do just exactly what it did: feed that information out to the life pods when they pinged and made a request. I think that's what happened there. Okay, what am I looking to make next? Let's store this and this. And move over to here. Okay, I want a flashlight, so I need a battery. I don't have copper. I do have copper. Oh, you know what else?
New creature discovered. Alien life forms may have unexpected applications. Utilizing alien resources is a proven survival strategy.
That's right, it is. So we're about to use this alien resource to basically squeeze the life out of it and turn it into a flotation device. Thanks, alien resource. All right. Let's see. My bad. Here, battery. Flashlight. Okay. Make this position 1 and make this position 5. Actually, keep this in position 5 for now. And what am I looking for now? Now I need to make this guy. So I need a computer chip and a wiring kit and a battery. Well, I can make the battery because I do have copper.
Detecting increased local radiation levels. Trend is consistent with damage to the Aurora's drive core, sustained during planet fall. Calorie intake recommended.
Okay. One of those. Drink one of
Vital
those.
signs stabilizing.
Let's go ahead and make another battery. Okay, so basically I'm going to need silver. I'm going to need 1 piece of gold. Let's see. Don't fall through the world. Okay. Over here. And I have to kind of guess as to which one is not being used right now. Yeah, it's the other one. Okay. Silver, gold, copper. 2 more copper. Uh-oh. Okay, there's 1 copper. Two copper. We gotta get out of here.
Oxygen.
Let's go out here to the creepvine forest. In that biome, we should start to find some sandstone, which is where we get lead, gold, and Silver. And scan all the things. I really need to be.
New blueprint acquired. 30 seconds. Life on this planet grows in unusually distinct and diverse ecological biomes. Further study recommended.
Grab this salt. Can make filtered water out of that. Well, we can make bleach. And with bleach, we can make filtered water. Mobile vehicle bay fragment. So she's got data corruption within her memory cells. When it comes to fabricating stuff for us, some of the things that she has recipes for are incomplete.
Silver-based wiring kits are an essential component of many habitat modules.
And so what she needs us to do is to find examples of those things, even if they're broken examples, and scan them in order to fill the gaps that she's got on that particular item.
Scans suggest this biome supports extensive biodiversity and connects to a number of small cave networks.
Laser cutter. One of 3, okay. Laser cutter is nice to have. More sandstone.
30 seconds.
Lead and silver, okay.
Oxygen.
Oh yeah, sea moth. I was looking all around except for right in front of me. A sea moth fragment. Another laser cutter.
Seconds.
Not finding enough sandstone. I need to go out there. Never mind. We got a radio message. Now, the reason I say never mind is because this guy, like 5 seconds ago, was told that he's the only human being on the planet. Living human being. And now he's got a radio message. I just think that he would drop everything he's doing and turn back for this message. So we'll play it like I believe he would react. I know that slows progress. It's not the efficient way to play the game, but I'm trying to play a story more than I am trying to play the mechanics of a game. Oh, he would need this though. Okay, so we got 2 pieces of silver, a gold, oh, that one hurt. he's gonna need 2 pieces of table coral. Does he have the copper? Yeah. Let's not worry about the table coral right now.
Receiving reinforcement distress call laying back.
This is Lifepod 3, uploading our coordinates. We're plugging some holes in our emergency sea glide, so if we're late for the rendezvous, don't panic. Also, don't go home without us. Seriously. 3 out.
Signal location uploaded to PDA.
Okay. This guy, he would head out right away. I'm sure he would. I'll explain it on the way. He's going to keep that because this could be used for bandages. Drop everything he doesn't absolutely need, except grab that salt. Keep the water, keep the nutrients, keep the med packs, bring the other med pack, another flare, another fire or a fire extinguisher, another med pack. Come out over here.
Bleach is an essential chemical used for cleaning wounds and purifying water. Preparing the day's water ration ahead of time will help ensure against dehydration and eventual death.
All right, we're fins wet. And we're heading out, 500 meters out. Okay, now, what was I talking about just a second ago? Hey, Sand Shark, you're kind of in the wrong place. I don't think I've ever seen that before. Okay. I think about these guys and what they've been through and what's likely, like, what's the nature of this crew. Okay, the first thing I think about is the way the Aurora looks. That looks like a deep space exploration vehicle to me, something that's designed to go out there for years at a time. And who knows how far we are from Earth. What is the nature of transportation right now? Are those things equipped with hyperdrives, or are there maybe hyperstellar gates like you see in EVE Online? Or do we not have any of that right now, and things take, a decade to get to, or something like that? I don't know. What's the hyperspace like? Is it like Star Wars where it's instantaneous? Or is it some other kind of thing where it shortens your trip and shortens it significantly? It changes things from taking, 12 light years to travel to and reduces it to 3 Earth years. We don't know. So this crew has been together for we don't know how long. And the nature of their business is that they have to depend on each other. Everybody's job counts towards everybody else's safety. They don't have anybody else. They are designed to go out by themselves and accomplish whatever it is that they need to accomplish without any help whatsoever. They're completely self-sustainable. That's my impression. Then on top of that, how long did it take to train for this mission? How long did that training occur? What kind of bonds were fashioned during that time? Back up before training period, how many prior missions has our guy been on, and how long were those missions, and were they shared with anybody on this crew? So you see what I'm getting at here. I think that this crew has more in common with jobs like the military, the fire department, police department, medical, than it does with what I might call a normal 9-to-5. And I'm not throwing shade on normal 9-to-5 jobs at all. I'm saying there's a difference in the camaraderie and the closeness of the relationships. So this guy was alone 5 seconds ago, and he got this distress signal, and he is elated now to come out and help someone he very well may know quite well. And this is what he finds. That is what we call a high-low. Psychologically, he was very, very high and excited, and then he finds this. I mean, this pod looks like it got torched on entry, because you got the scoring on the outside here. But we know that didn't happen. We know that didn't happen because the message we got is very, very calm. It's even a little bit sarcastic, even maybe a touch of sarcasm in there. But you can see there's a breach here. Whatever shook this thing broke. The percussive force was enough to put the scoring marks on the outside and to break these handles. Looking at the top hatch here, this metal doesn't even mate to the metal below it anymore because the things are misshapen. Their shapes don't fit each other anymore. Right, coming around, you got even more destruction over on this side, another broken handle. And then you got what looks like an explosion, an internal explosion, because all the metal's facing out. But there's no bodies, right? There's no carnage, there's no hint of human beings, there's no equipment left behind. There's really just nothing. There is this Sea Glide fragment right here, a piece of a Sea Glide. That's really kind of it. So we'll grab their PDA and open the data box. And this dude, I mean, a high-low is tough to get through, especially whenever you have no time to really decompress and process all of that. He doesn't have time for that. He's got to press on with survival. Survival is an all-day venture, you know. So he's got to really be able to push past this and have an awful lot of resiliency, mentally and psychologically, in order to continue giving himself the greatest chance possible to live to tell this story, you know. Getting close. Lead. Yeah, I need the lead.
Oxygen.
Sun's going down. Here we go. Alright, how long have I been recording? 33 minutes. So we'll save it. And sun's going down anyway, so I'll let the evening pass. I'll take care of fishing and food needs off screen. Probably take a med kit also. And I will you guys will pick up with me in episode 2 when the sun rises again. So again, I'm Aesop Grimm. You know, thanks for coming by the channel. I hope you liked what you saw. And I will see you in the next episode where this story continues. Thanks for visiting Aesop Grimm's Chronicles. If you've made it this far in the video, please consider rating, commenting, subscribing, and sharing. I hope to see you in the next episode, and until then, stay shiny.